Listen, gaining weight is not fun. So no matter how you look at it, no matter how you try to dress it up, no matter how you try to think and believe that your weight gain is fun. I have been on that road so many times, and I can tell you it is a road of desperation. It is a road of, what's the word? Sickness. It's truly that road of sickness, because when I was on that road and I was on that journey, and trying to figure this thing called health out, it was a road of desperation for me. It was me desperately needing to lose weight so I can desperately feel better, more energetic, and be here for the long run for my family. It was about me taking accountability for what I wasn't doing. And let me tell you what I was doing, okay? Let's talk about what I was doing, and then I'll tell you what I wasn't doing, okay? First, I was eating all types of snacks. The snacks that I am a fan of is chocolate, okay? Me and chocolate are like best of friends. And whenever there is an emotion that I don't want to deal with, or whenever there was something in my life that I did not want to handle, food or snacking was my friend. It didn't judge me. It didn't talk back. It did not give me anything but relief of that very moment that I was in. And the sad situation is that food was my comfort for my emotional distress. It was my comfort for my anxiety. It was my comfort for the things that I didn't want to deal with. It was my comfort for a failed marriage. It was my comfort for my children just being who they were in the world of uncertainties. It was just everything I needed at that time to be is what I wanted it to be. So if I was going through a lot of things, food was there for me. My snacks were there for me. I didn't have to debate or talk about something. I didn't have to ask, could I eat this? Because it was going to allow me to eat it and put it in my system, put it in my body, because that's its job, right? So I did not, at any means of ways of necessariness or anything, just hold myself accountable for anything that I wanted to emotionally feel. And because there was so much turmoil that was happening in my life in those years, it was just a lot to deal with and a lot to handle that I didn't have to deal. I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to show up. I didn't have to do those things. But when you think about where you're trying to get to and how far you're trying to get to it, and the amount of effort that you're trying to put into healing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, you start to look at food as a tool. You start to look at the things that you're doing for your body as a tool. And the easiest thing for me to explain it is that when I felt there was a hunger pain, I literally had to ask myself, am I really hungry or am I just thirsty? When there was a need for me to eat, I had to make sure I was picking the greatest of nutrients, the most vibrant foods, the colorful plates that I make. I had to make sure that those foods were doing the necessary things for my body. And that's just me, because I already know what it's like to eat unhealthy. I already know what it's like to eat food that just didn't do anything for my body. I already know what it's like to have a cookie, to have chips, to have French fries, to have fried chicken, to have cheesesteaks. I already knew what that stuff tastes like. And what I didn't know was, what was health like? What was health going to taste like to me? I can tell you, it's rejuvenating, it's reviving, it's invigorating. It is the most beautiful thing that you've ever imagined in your life, because you are controlling your plates. So I say all this to tell you that obesity isn't fun. And if you believe in your mind that it is, then there's a disconnect with you and your plate. And to understand that obesity is geared towards so many health issues and so many uncertainties with our bodies, it's not even funny anymore. and how big pharma, which is the pharmaceutical companies, the medical companies, how they make their money is by keeping you sick. If they can keep you sick, they will get paid abundantly off of your sickness. There is no money in keeping a healthy person healthy. I mean, it's just that simple. There is no money in keeping a healthy person healthy. It's not. It's no money. They cannot make any money off of you except for when you go for your annual checkup, you go for your mammogram, the things that we need to do as women. There is no money in that. There's no money in just those little payments at that one particular time that they get paid. That is it. There's no money in keeping you healthy. So what do you think is the biggest thing to do with a human life? How do you get a human to not take care of themselves? How do you do that? I'm not going to tell you to not take care of yourself. That's not what I would tell you to do, right? So I would put foods, chemicals, things inside of foods that aren't good for your health. And over time, you keep eating that and eating that and eating that and eating that and eating that. And your body will produce the negative results. It's going to produce negative results. It's going to give you headaches. It's going to start giving you muscle aches, body aches. It's going to give you cysts. It's going to give you tumors. It's going to give you vaginosis. It's going to bacterial vaginosis. It's going to give you these things that your body is saying, help me. It's going to give you back pain. It's going to give you aches. It's going to give you high blood pressure, high cholesterol, it's going to give you diabetes. It's going to produce things that need medical attention on a consistent basis. So how do you reverse those things that need medical assistance or medical assistance on a regular basis? By eating your whole foods, by eating from the earth, by taking out a lot of the processed foods and chemicalized foods and eating strictly from the earth. It's so easy to take a potato and cut that thing up, throw it into your air fryer or your oven, and there you have your own potatoes. Okay, potatoes. If you want to have your own potato chips, you slice it very thinly. You get a dehydrated system. Or you can put it into your air fryer and dehydrate them. And there is your own personal potato chips. A little bit of sea salt, and there you go. It is the smallest things that we do on a consistent basis that keep us sick. And if you know how to reverse illness, then you have mastered your health. It is not saying that healthy people don't get sick. That's not at all what I am saying here. What I am saying is that healthy people 80% of the time will not get as sick as most that are unhealthy because our bodies, our immune systems are built up to destroy anything that is feeling of the effect of negative or that's trying to take us out. The vitamin C from your fruits, the vitamin D's, the vitamin A's, all of these things that you're eating every single day helps build your health, which is your wealth. Okay? So how do you keep a healthy person sick? Excuse me for the noise. That's my son's playing the game. You don't. Because a healthy person is automatically going to know what to do when it comes to their health, and they're not going to need anyone to tell them how to reverse something that is happening to them because we already know what to do. Now, granted, we may need a doctor to help us deliver a baby because by all means necessary, that is not our specialty. Or granted, yes, we have to get pap smear. Yes, we have to get mammograms. Yes, we have to make sure that we get in our annual physical because we got to make sure everything is good. Yes, we got to get blood work done because I got to make sure everything is good. Yes, we got to take blood pressures and all that stuff. But however, that is something that literally should be done once a year. If you are seeing your doctor or you are taking medication more than once a year, that is a problem and is not connecting that we need to do something. You have to be able to control your own health. You're the only one who can control your health. There is not one person on this earth that can control your health but you. Now, there's guides and information and things of that nature that can help assist you in the process. But it is totally up to you to control your health. So I'm telling you again, obesity and illness is not fun. It's just not fun. And the more you think about it, the more logical it becomes that it's not a place where you want to stay. So do the hard work and make it much easier on yourself when you actually put in the things that are going to make you the healthiest. Okay? Any questions? Definitely leave them below. I would love to hear from you. If you have any comments about your health and what you've noticed and the things that you're doing, leave it below. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about it. Coach, peace.